Hello, you're tuning in the English News Bulletin on QPVN channel. I'm Chong Nguyen, and now let me keep you up to date with the headlines. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính meets with top Chinese leader. The 14th Party Congress Inspection Group works with the Ministry of National Defense. Vietnam joins ALGIERS International Fair 2024. On the afternoon of June the 26th in Hanoi, President Do Lam received Indian Ambassador to Vietnam, Sandeep Arya. At the reception, President Lam expressed his pleasure at the remarkable advancements in bilateral relations. He welcomed large Indian corporations to invest in Vietnam in such strategic sectors as oil and gas, infrastructure, seaports, and emerging fields like digital transformation, artificial intelligence, semiconductors, clean energy, and energy transition. He encouraged both countries to leverage their cultural, religious, and historical ties to boost tourism collaboration and people-to-people exchanges. For his part, Mr. Ambassador conveyed the Indian leader's congratulations to President Do Lam on being elected to a new position. He affirmed that he would try his best to promote India-Vietnam relations, further enhance cooperation at multilateral forums, promote respect for international law and the UN Charter, and bolster the central role of ASEAN in the region. During his working visit to China to attend the 15th World Economic Forum's annual meeting of the New Champions, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with General Secretary of the Communist Party of China's Central Committee and President of the People's Republic of China Xi Jinping in Beijing in June the 26th. At the meeting, Prime Minister Chính affirmed that the consistent, objective, strategic, and top priority policy of Vietnam is to develop a stable, sustainable, and long-term relationship with China. He expressed support for China's development and successful realization of its second centenary and the building of socialism with Chinese characteristics. For his part, President Xi extended warm greetings to General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, President Do Lam, and other Vietnamese party and state leaders. He congratulated Vietnam on its socio-economic achievements and emphasized that China highly values its relationship with Vietnam, considering it's a priority in its overall neighborly diplomacy. He reaffirmed China's support for Vietnam in safeguarding national independence and dignity. Prime Minister Chính proposed that both sides collaborate on constructing significant, symbolic, and practical projects with sustainable effectiveness. He urged for acceleration of transportation infrastructure connectivity, particularly in railway, road, and border gate linkages within the framework of connecting two corridors, one belt, with the Belt and Road Initiative. He welcomed increased high-quality Chinese investment in Vietnam. President Xi expressed a desire to further enhance trade, investment, and tourism cooperation, leveraging the complementary advantages and geographical proximity of the two economies. The Chinese government supports enterprises in boosting investment in Vietnam, especially in high-tech and emerging industries. The same day, in Beijing, China, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with Wang Hening, chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, or CPPCC in short. The two sides agreed that after the historic mutual visits by General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng to China in 2022 and General Secretary and President Xi Jinping to Vietnam in 2023, the Vietnam-China Comprehensive Strategic Cooperative Partnership has maintained positive development momentum and has made historic progress. Prime Minister Chính hoped that in the coming time, agencies of the two sides would promote innovation in implementing cooperative agreements and common awareness reached by leaders of the two countries, especially concretizing the December 2023 joint statement on continuing to deepen and elevate the comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership and building a Vietnam-China community with a shared future. For his part, Chairman Wang Hening shared some latest theoretical achievements of the Communist Party of China since the 20th Party Congress. In the coming time, Chairman Wang affirmed the CPPCC's readiness to promote exchanges and coordination with the Vietnam Fatherland Front at all levels to jointly grasp and well implement high-level common perception for practical cooperation. Implementing the working plan of the Document Compilation Subcommittee and the Party Charter Subcommittee of the 14th Party Congress, a working conference between the inspection group of the two subcommittees and the Central Military Commission was held on June 26th in Hanoi under the co-chair of Mr. Phan Đình Trạc, head of the Party Central Committee's Internal Affairs Commission, head of the inspection group, and General Phan Văn Giang, Minister of National Defense. The representative of the Central Military Commission briefed the inspection group on the situation and results of implementing the policies, strategies, and tasks of building the all-people defense posture, and safeguard the fatherland in the 13th tenor of the Party Central Committee, as was the party building work in the 2020-2025 term of the military party organization. Accordingly, the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense always thoroughly grasp, strictly comply with, and well perform the strategic advisory role to the party and state on military defense, proactively grasp, accurately evaluate and forecast, promptly and effectively handle all situations, study, develop, and propose to promulgate strategies and projects that help perfect the military defense guidelines and laws. The whole military has well promoted its core role in building the all-people defense together with the whole party, people, and political system, firmly protecting independence, sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity of the fatherland, maintaining a peaceful and stable environment for national development. Speaking at the conference, Mr. Phan Đình Trạc highly appreciated the efforts and results achieved by the Military Party Committee in leading and directing the implementation of military defense tasks, building the party and military and implementing of the party charter during the 13th Party Congress term, making important contribution to the cause of building and safeguarding the fatherland. He also emphasized that the new situation and context pose both opportunity and challenges, setting more requirements for military defense task completion in the new situation. The inspection group will collect and report all recommendations of the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense to the two subcommittees of the 14th Party Congress. Also, on June 26th, General Phan Văn Giang, Minister of National Defense, chaired a meeting of the Central Military Commission to review and approve several important issues and missions. After reviewing and discussing some important matters, the Central Military Commission provided input on two key projects on organizing military parade to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army, December 22nd, 1944, December 22nd, 2024. The 35th anniversary of the Whole People's Defense Festive Day, December 22nd, 1989, December 22nd, 2024, and the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the national reunification, April 30th, 1975, April 30th, 2025. General Zhang called for relevant agencies to promptly review and finalize the proposals and plans, focusing on training forces, preparing modern military weapons and equipment, and organizing a flight parade. He also emphasized the need for proactive coordination, particularly by Military Region 7 with the party committee and authorities of Ho Chi Minh City to develop and complete specific plans and proposals to organize the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification Day, in line with the event's significant stature and importance. On the morning of the same day, Senior Lieutenant General Phùng Sĩ Tấn, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, had a working session with Định Hóa District, Thái Nguyên Province on the preparation for and organization of activities to celebrate the 80th founding anniversary of the General Staff, September 7th. The General Staff is augmenting dissemination and education of the history, traditions, and glorious achievements of the General Staff and the Vietnam People's Army, as was the civil-military solidarity, including people in Định Hóa District, which once was the base of the General Staff during the National Resistance War against the French colonialists. On this occasion, the General Staff will support localities in building and embellishing historical relics, education facilities, and transportation infrastructure. General Teng asked agencies and units to coordinate closely with local party committees, authorities, and people to urgently conduct surveys and ensure quality progress of the construction works.
Coming up next, Vietnam's fruit and vegetable export hike in the first half of the year. Vietnam joins ALGIERS International Fair 2024. Fruits and vegetables are maintaining their position as a sector with strong export growth, steadily approaching the goal of earning $7 to $7.5 billion for the whole year.
Vegetables and fruits are the highlights of the agricultural sector's exports, earning $3.5 billion in the first 6 months, equivalent to the total export value of other years. Vietnam's specialty fruits still have ample room for export, as many new products continuously entering foreign markets or are being negotiated. Particularly, durian still maintains its prime spot, earning nearly $1.5 billion in the first half of the year. It is expected that this product will earn a total turnover of $3 billion this year. With this momentum, $7.5 billion in export turnover for the whole year will be an unprecedented record for the fruit and vegetable sector.
The Vietnamese Embassy in Algeria and the Vietnam Trade Office in Algeria are running a Vietnamese pavilion at the 55th ALGIERS International Fair.
This year's event runs from now until June the 29th under the theme Gateway for Exchanges, Cooperation and Investment Opportunities. On display at the Vietnamese Pavilion are catalogs and samples of many businesses in the fields of agricultural products, food and seafood, footwear, textiles, timber and plastic products, construction materials, machinery and equipment, mechanical products. This is a very good opportunity for us to promote business not only between Vietnam and Algeria, but also between Vietnam and African countries and many other European and American countries. I hope that through this event, a beautiful, fresh and vibrant image of Vietnam will be introduced to international friends. Just on the first few days, the Vietnamese pavilion welcomed many visitors, including representatives of chambers of commerce from other countries wishing to learn about cooperation opportunities with Vietnamese businesses. The event attracts the participation of nearly 700 companies, including 200 firms from more than 30 countries and territories worldwide. Covering an area of some 50,000 square meters, the fair is expected to attract up to 400,000 visitors.
Recently in Paris, the Vietnam National Authority for Tourism and the Vietnamese Embassy in France co-organized a program to introduce Vietnamese tourism. This is a part of a series of activities touting Vietnamese tourism in Europe, including France, Italy, and Germany. The event attracted the participation of many representatives of travel agents, tourism associations, hotels, airlines, and the French and Vietnamese press.
Speaking at the event, Mr. Nguyễn Trung Khánh, General Director of Vietnam National Authority of Tourism, stressed that Vietnam is a country with huge natural and cultural potential and many unique and new tourism products, and owns many advantages for tourism development. According to the General Director, Europe is a key market for Vietnamese tourism, in which France is the most important and traditional one. This event brings a good opportunity to Vietnamese and French tourism businesses to share information and connect and establish business cooperation, enhance tourism exchanges between Vietnam and France in the context of the post-COVID-19 recovery. Vietnamese ambassador to France Tinh Tuan Thắng said that Vietnam is very close to French people through historical connections and traditional friendship. Therefore, French tourists will always be welcomed in Vietnam. In the post-COVID-19 period, Vietnamese tourism has undergone many important changes and has completely changed the ways of serving customers. Vietnam is well known for unique culture, landscape, cuisine, and hospitality. Hopefully, through activities on touting Vietnamese tourism in France, Vietnam would receive more attention from international friends. France and Vietnam have a special historical relationship, so there are many French visitors coming to Vietnam. After the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of French tourists to Vietnam sees an increase. That's a positive sign. Within the framework of the tourism promotion program in France, many networking activities, meetings, and establishment of business cooperation relationships have been held between Vietnamese and French travel agencies. At the event, the French public enjoyed a traditional cultural event imbued with the identities of the Vietnamese people.
And that's all for now. Remember, you can always watch news again at qpvn.vn. Now, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.